Hello everybody. Today I bring you the scale 118 Suntrade Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 10. This is a really awesome model, and it's hard to say that this is a budget model. It isn't. I purchased this for about $98, and currently it's selling for over $150. So I know my channel usually focuses on budget cars. This is not one of them, but I thought it would be definitely worth something, or worth taking a look at, considering that you can still purchase it on diecastmotorswholesale.com. So I decided to spend the extra money to get this car simply because I love it. I love the fact that you can get a car for $40,000 and have as much performance as this car does. Granted, I can't actually drive this one, but it's very cool to have. It looks great, and it's definitely a good addition to my collection. So Suntrade makes this. I really have not heard of Suntrade. I just saw this once and it was worth buying, so voila, I got it. And it only comes in one color, so I'm actually not too sure about the company, whether they're going to continue making cars or whether this is discontinued or what. But if you do plan on getting one, I would suggest getting it pretty soon, because I imagine they're not going to be around forever. So overall, fantastic car. I have very few complaints. The only minor complaints I have are these mirrors break off very easily. I had to fix mine. And opening and closing the doors, I feel the sense that eventually it's going to loosen and not close properly, or might fall off. I know it's kind of something, so I've been trying to avoid that from happening, obviously. So let's get started on the exterior detail. This front end is mean. It's very cool. The grille, I can't tell if it's plastic or it's a metal grating, but it feels great and it goes all the way through. You can see the radiator on the opposite side, along with the Mitsubishi logo. A very nice front end here, along with that chrome trim on the side. It's very cool. Headlights look pretty good. Nice detail on the inside. They don't fit that well with the body of the car. That's a bit nitpicky, but it's kind of my job here. So you can make a good decision on whether you want to purchase this model for your collection. And same thing with this, you can go straight through that. It's actually a mesh grille along with a really nice fog light that isn't just painted or anything. The wheels, definitely a highlight. They look great. It's not chrome, it's kind of an aluminum faced look. It's reflective, it looks great. Let me see. Yes, the disc moves with the wheel as it should. Caliper stays in place. The caliper says Brembo on it, and it is colored red. There is suspension, by the way, although the suspension works the best in the front of the vehicle. And the wheels do turn with the steering wheel. Back here, that's a custom license plate, so don't mind that. Not too well of a fit back here. In fact, this looks like the headlight might have broken off the piece, but I noticed that also over here. It's just not very smooth, the transition between the plastic and the metal. As is life. Whatever. Lancer Evolution. This is a raised emblem there. Same thing with this. It's a great design. It really is. I have very little to complain about here. They even have the lines on the rear window for the defroster. Every door opens, the front, the side, and it opens to a spectacular interior. with nice detailing. The only thing I don't love about this interior is, you know, the... Oh, actually, hold on. Let me take a look at it a little bit closer. It might be something I didn't notice. Don't want to open it up with the mirrors. I was going to finish my statement. I was saying that the radio actually looks pretty dull. It doesn't have any lettering on it, but now that I look at it really closely, I've just discovered that in fact it does. It's just very small, hard to look at. And it has a really cool texturing on the dash too. So everything I was going to say, actually I'll completely rebuke that. It looks great. Nice seats, kind of cool pattern on it. Steering wheel, excellent job on this. Now they did try to match the exterior color on this trim piece, and it extends on the door. It doesn't really match all that well, but it's there. And of course there are windows, plastic windows there, which is nice to keep the dust out of the car. Take a look at those seats. Imagine that. You can use this car to pick up the groceries. It's a really impressive car. And to my understanding, Mitsubishi is actually retiring it from its lineup. Mitsubishi, what are you doing? You have very little else in your lineup that's interesting. This is kind of what was saving your brand, and they're moving on with it. They probably should just get back into aircraft engines, to be honest. Unless they plan to make another one of these. But that's just my opinion. Very nice engine here. Everything raised. Even the brace there. Engine kind of over to the side. This, of course, is an all-wheel drive system. I'm trying to remember. I think that's a 6. It might even be a 4-cylinder. 1, 2, 3. It looks like a 4-cylinder. Sorry, I can't remember whether this was an inline 6 or a 4. But there it is anyway. Nice detailing here. This goes straight through to the engine for cooling. Same thing with this. Well, this does not actually. It looks like it does because it's black. Windshield wipers all look good. Very fragile. Look at the fine detailing though on them. That's great. And underneath, actually one of the very few models that I've come across that actually put coloring into the underbody to match the actual underbody. Everything raised, nicely colored, no complaints. Except for one thing that just kind of reminded me when I looked at it in the light. The paint quality is not very good. I got this it had many scuffs on it. I don't know whether that's just because it was old and sitting in a box for a really long time, but it almost appears that this needs to be polished, and as if it wasn't. So that was kind of a disappointment, along with the poorly matching lights in the back and the broken tail light. But overall, an absolutely incredible model. Certainly worth over $100. If you can find it for less, by all means, go for it. And it's pretty rare. There really isn't anything out there comparable to it at this time. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful.